Hi there, it's Georgina Villasenor-Lee. Welcome to my week 3 presentation as we are going over the Code of Ethics. So my presentation will cover the Human Resources Profession Code of Ethics as well as the Catholic Charities Code of Ethics. I did some research online and was able to locate Code of Ethics for each. So I'll give a brief overview, compare the two, find the similarities or the overlap, and then discuss some of the theories that apply. So for the human resources profession, I found SHRM's Code of Ethics. SHRM is the Society for Human Resource Management, and they are a professional organization that provides guidance and resources to HR practitioners. And they also have their own professional certification. What I liked about theirs, they not only listed what the code was, their code of ethics, but they also provided what the purpose or what they call the intent of it is, along with some guidelines on how to achieve that. So I found it very, very useful. Starting off with professional responsibility, they talk about how we as HR practitioners need to understand we are strategic partners in an organization and that we're responsible for adding value. Professional development talks about making sure that we strive to meet the highest standards of competency so that we are able to be those very valuable strategic partners in the organization. 3, they list out, straight to the point, ethical leadership, making sure that we demonstrate individual leadership and that we're role models while maintaining, the highest standards of ethical conduct in what we do. Fairness and justice, as we've discussed or as we've learned this week, making sure that we act ethically and that we promote fairness and justice for all employees and the organization. Conflicts of interest, as we have learned how important that is, especially in public sector. Maintaining the highest level of trust with our stakeholders and our clients. And then lastly, the use of information, knowing that human resources houses extremely confidential information from employees, social security numbers, addresses, to information from investigations regarding unlawful discrimination and harassment. So as HR practitioners, making sure that we understand how to keep that information private and disseminate it when it's appropriate. So the religious organization that I found was Catholic Charities. Their code of conduct was a pretty lengthy document that included values and principles. And what I found were a lot of commonalities or similarities between Catholic Charities and SHRM. They both value very much so professional development for their staff, or in the profession. So Catholic Charities lists it under principles number 13, learning and staff development. Fairness and justice is also a common theme between the two. Catholic Charities lists it as justice as a value, along with number 7 as a principle, equality, impartiality, and openness to all people. Now, when it comes to the ethical theories that we've gone over so far and how they apply here, what I see are certain aspects of the 7 basic goods provided in the natural law theory. I think when it comes to professional development, I think you can argue that this is representative of 2 of the 7 basic goods, shunning ignorance and educating our offspring. As we continue to develop ourselves and become more competent, the idea is that we also are able to make quicker, more natural, ethical decisions that are right in that specific situation and in general in the profession. And then the other theory that came to mind was Kantianism. in terms of promoting fairness and justice. And what I see here is that when we talk about Kantianism, you stick to your moral compass. There aren't exceptions made. So to me, that would also include or translate to treating people equally. So making sure that regardless of whatever bias you may have, making sure that you make a decision or an action that is fair, that there aren't any exceptions, that you remove that bias, whatever may be there in terms of a desire, something that may be in it for you, and really stick to that fairness and justice and equality. Thank you for checking out my week 3 presentation. I really enjoyed finding out about my human resources code of ethics. I hope you have a blessed day.